Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. So this is about me. I am a computer science gate faculty having more than 5 plus of teaching experience, mentored more than 50,000 students, taught in different coaching institute all over India. Okay, it's like the Gate Academy, even qualified multiple times Gate, and even I have given the coaching in many government colleges as well as in many private colleges. Like in SRM Chennai, I have given coaching. CAT Bhubaneswar, I have given. BC Bhagalpur, Jorhat College of Engineering, Guwahati University, Dibrugarh University, Government College of Engineering and Technology, Jammu, Ramgarh Engineering College. Okay, these are the colleges where I have went and I have given the coaching. The enumeration constant. Now we are going to see enumeration constant. Enumeration, enumeration constant. So what is an enumeration constant? So there is an another, there is one other kind of, there is one other kind of constants that is called as, there is one another kind of constant that is called as, that is called as, that is called as enumeration, that is called as enumeration, that is called as enumeration constant. Okay, so it is called as enumeration constant. So it is another kind of constant that is called as enumeration constant. So, so an enumeration, an enumeration is a list of, is a list of constant, is a list of constant integer, a list of constant integer value, the constant integer values is a list of constant integer. See, sometimes we use has defined max line is equal to 1000. So you know that max define is having 1000. Okay, you know that max define is having 1000. So we don't want to use in this way. So we go for enumeration constant. We go for enumeration constant. So an enumeration is a list of constant integer value. It is going to be a list of constant integer. Okay, it will have a like let me give the example. With example, it will be more clear. Like you can even say it is a data type. So you created enum. So the same as like a structure, you have to write the first name enum, then boolean. You have written boolean. So this is the name of that data type. Okay, this is the name of that data type, and it is having the value no and yes. So if you will print this no, then it will give output 0. Yes, then it will give output 1, because enumeration first value will take as a 0 and second as 1. Okay, so the first name in the enumeration has value 0, the next as 1. So if you print this, you will get 0 and then next 1. So you write the first value, the first value, the first name, the first name, the first name in an in enum, the first name in an enum has value 0, the next one, and so on. If you'll have another value, then it will have 3, and so on. Unless explicitly you are saying, means if you are saying explicitly, then only it will change. Unless unless explicit unless explicit values are specified. Unless explicit values are specified. So you need to say explicitly what its value. Okay. Now, if you have given for some values, so if you will print no, then it will give output as 0 and yes as 1. That we have seen. So the first value is 0 and next as 1, and so on. Now, if you are not specifying, uh, unless you have to, or otherwise explicitly you have to give. Otherwise, if some values you have given and some you have not given, okay, some values you have given and some you have not given, then it will take as incrementing by one. Okay, it will take by incrementing one by one. In my, it means that, next example, you take a, so like you have written months. Okay, months. So here you have Jan. Jan is having equal to 1. Then Feb. Then March. January, February, March. Then April. Like this, if you are having. Okay, like this you are having. So Jan is going to your 1. Jan output is going to your 1. Jan is going to your 1. Now Feb is going to your 2. Feb is going to your 2. March is going to your 3. Then April is going to your 4, like this. It will keep on incrementing by 1. Okay, it will keep on incrementing by 1. Feb is 2 and March is 3. Okay, if you'll print Jan, if you'll print percentage D or percentage U as Jan, then you will get 1. Okay, then you will get 1. Okay, so what I mean here, that if you are not specifying, if not all values, if not all values are specified, if you are not specifying all the values, if not all values are specified, then unspecified unspecified values, continue. Okay, if not all values are specified, okay, then unspecified values are uh, unspecified value continues with progression, continue the progression from the last specified value, the last specified, whatever will be the last specified value, after that it will increment by 1, after that it will increment by 1. Okay, so let me take another example, like let's take another example like enum enum mar. So it's married status. Okay, you are writing like this. So here you are having single, you are not giving any value to that. Now married, you have given value. So you have given some value, like let's assume you have given 100. Then divorced, then comma, widow. Okay, see here you are not having any semicolon. Okay, after that you are having a semicolon. After that you are having a semicolon. So you can assume it is a data type also. You can have it as a data type, and the variables it can have, it's only single, married, and divorced and widow. So single, if you'll print only single, it will give 0. Married, it will give 100. Now divorced, it will give 101, because it will increment by 1. Last is specified value. See, it is saying that. So if not all the values are specified, all the values are not specified, unspecified values continue the progression from the last specified value. So last specified value is this. Now from this it will get in the progression. So divorced will get 101, widow will get 102. And if you want to declare a variable of this, so like you can write status person 1, person 2, like this. So this is like a data type. This is like a data type. You are defining a user defined data type. Okay. So it is a enumeration constant. The enumeration constant, which is even a user defined data type, where you want to, your own values, it should have. Means like if you are writing int x, and x can have 5. So this is the values that it can have. Now that enum, that your Mars status is your data type. Mars status, enum Mars status is your data type, and it can have the value like enum Mars status. Okay, so you enum, so enum Mars status, So let's assume Suraj. So me only. It's a variable. Okay, it's married. Okay, it's married. So this is the status. So this is a data type. See, you can have the values also, but it can have Suraj can have the data from only it can have store the value either single, married, divorced, or widow. Okay, so it is like user defined data type. It is and this is same. This is a variable. Now this is a and this is a variable, and this is a value that it can have, and similarly here it can have. So this is same. Okay, like this you can assume this as this, and this as this. It is a data type, it's a variable, and it is going to. So why we use this? Because if you will assign me some number, so married is having a number 100, merit is having a number 100. Now if I will directly say to someone 100, then they will not able to understand whether my marital status, whether I'm married or not, or single or not. So that's why I we use enumeration constant to have some values, and even to user to say the meaning of that 100 is meaning is merit. Okay, तो देखिए आपको अगर मैं पूछ किसी को बोले जैसे कोई एक वेरिएबल है, कोई पर्सन 1 है, पर्सन उसका मैरिटल स्टेटस आपको जानना है, तो अगर मैं आपको मैरिड उसका बताऊंगा तो अच्छे से समझ में आएगा, कि 100 बोलूंगा तब अच्छे से समझ में आएगा। तो इसलिए हम इनम कांस्टेंट का यूज करते हैं। इनम कांस्टेंट एक यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप है, ठीक है, जिसमें हम लोग ये एकदम स्ट्रक्चर की तरह ही है। इनम पहले लिख दिए, फिर मैरिटल स्टेटस उसका नाम लिख दिए, फिर जो जो वैल्यूज ये रख ले सकता है वो लिख दिए, ठीक है, और अंदर कोई सेमी कॉलन नहीं देते हैं, सिर्फ कॉमा से सेपरेट करते हैं। अगर कुछ नहीं दिए तो जीरो से स्टार्ट होगा, 0 1 2, बीच में कोई वैल्यू मिला तो उसके बाद वो इंक्रीमेंट करेगा। ये 100 है तो 101 होगा, 102 होगा, फिर सेमी कॉलन दे दिए। तो ये उसका डेटा टाइप था, उसका वेरिएबल हम किए, तो यहाँ इनम हम लिख देते हैं, इनम, फिर पर्सन 1 पर्सन 2 हमने किया, ठीक है। तो ये आपका हो गया इन्यूमरेशन। तो ये कोई और वैल्यू नहीं लेगा इसके अलावा, ठीक है ना। सो यू रिमेंबर we can't use values that are not in the original declaration, तो जो डिक्लेरेशन में नहीं है उसको हम यूज नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है। तो जैसे पर्सन 1, अगर मैं पर्सन 1 इक्वल टू अननोन लिख दूं, इफ आई राइट पर्सन 1 इज इक्वल टू अननोन, then it will give an error, because unknown is not declared here, so it will give an error, okay. So compiler treat it's a the variables, the enumerators. So let me write what. So it is also having two things. So enumeration is having a two things, okay. So right, so the declaration of enumeration has two parts. The declaration of enumeration has two parts. It is going to have two parts. One is, first one is said, the first part declares the data type. The first part declares the data type and specify its possible and specifies its possible value. What are the possible value it can have, and specify its possible values. And these possible values are called as enumerator. This possible means Monday, Tuesday that you are writing, or just married you have written, then single you have written. It's an enumerator. These values are called enumerator. These values are called as enumerator. And the second part declares the variable of this data type. Second part, okay. So the first part declares the data type and specifies possible values. It specifies the first part of this declaration specifies the data type and its possible values, and the second part specifies its variable. So it is called as this. All these things are called as enumerator. These possible values are called as enumerators. These possible values single, married, divorced, widows is called as enumerators. Okay, so are called as enumerators. And the second part, the second part declares variables, variables of this data type. The second part declares the variables of this. What are the variables of this data? So you can have only the values that it can have. Okay, understood? Enum is clear. Anyone having any doubt? So one thing you should keep in mind, that whatever names you are giving in one enumeration, that names in other enumeration it should be distinct. It means names in different enumeration must be distinct. Names, if you are having two enumerations, names in different enumeration, names in different enumeration, enumerations must be distinct. Okay. So names like example, uh, like enum I have written and taste one I have written, taste one. So names in different enumeration must be. So in taste one I am having name as Monday and Tuesday. Okay. Now again, next enumeration I am creating, which is having taste two, and I am having only, again I am having Monday and Wednesday. So this is getting a common. This is getting a common. So it will give an error. Names in different enumeration must be distinct, because the compiler will get confused whether this Monday is a variable or value of this test one, or this Monday is a part of this test two. Okay, so this will give an error. This will give an error. Okay, this will. So you can write it is not allowed. You can write it is not allowed. Okay, it's not. Yes. So names should be different in different enumeration. Okay, very very important. So value need not be distinct in same enumeration. So but value need not be different. Okay, means if I am saying like enum test one, so Monday is equal to 0. I have written Monday is equal to 0. Tuesday also I have make is 0. This is allowed. This is allowed. But this is not allowed. This is allowed. So names should be different, but values can be same. But values can be same. So values need not be values need not be values need not be distinct. Values need not be distinct in the same enumeration. So where it can have the same values. Okay, it can have the same values, but names should be different. So you have seen the data type and all these things. So I think that enumeration is clear. Fine. So your enumeration is finished. So we have even seen enumeration. Anyone having any doubt? Anyone having any doubt? So your enumeration is finished.